Lost River. I am so done with Ryan Gosling. Like, I'm just done. Like, he can be substituted by Plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy and I wouldn't give a shit. Like, he's I sat down to watch Lost River and the trailer looked really good and I thought, okay, as long as he's not completely inspired by the guy that did Only God Forgives, I'll be fine. Because that movie was just wrong. And this one was just... It wasn't as bad as Only God Forgives because I didn't fall asleep in this one, but he tries so hard to be artsy and deep. Hashtag deep. Not my thing. The characters were bizarre, like nothing made sense. I was very interested in the actual place that they were in. I was interested to find out how it got to this point. If you don't know what it is, it's basically Christina Hendricks has 2 boys. By the way, the little boy shows up only when it's convenient. Like, he completely disappears from the plot when he's not needed. Like, I thought that someone needed to watch over him all the time. Like, there's no neighbors around. Like, who takes care of this kid? I'll come back to that. But, Christina Hendricks has 2 kids. The other one is Paul from The Fades, which was great. Nice to see him. And they live in this neighborhood where everybody left. I don't know why. Houses are burning down, like the place looks like Chernobyl or something. It's never explained what happened, it's never explained why people are leaving. The movie actually starts with another neighbor packing up his things and saying, "You guys should leave too, I wanna live." Who's gonna kill him? And then we see Bully, played by Matt Smith, who was just so... I was just done with him. Like, for the first 20... He yells so much. Like, the first 20 seconds I saw him, I was just done with him. Like, I got a headache just from looking at him. He yells so much for no reason, for no goddamn reason, except for, this is a crazy character. Who the hell let this guy in charge? Like, how did it come to this point where Bully is the king of this neighborhood? He's like driving around in a car with a megaphone screaming, "I'm the king of this city." Who the hell let this guy be the king of the city? Like, what happened? Seriously, like, can no one fucking kill him? And then Paul from The Fades fucking runs up into him and he starts running. I'm like, just fucking kill this guy. Like, why is everyone scared of him? Like, why is everyone leaving? Did he do something? Is he killing people? It's never explained. And I understand that. Actually, I actually think about this a lot when watching movies, when they start explaining everything, having these conversations to set up relationships and the place that they're in. It's never realistic because you don't, with your friends, you don't just sit down and talk and establish, this is the year we're in, this is where we live, I have this relationship with this person. You don't have these conversations, but they are necessary in order to include the audience in your story, because otherwise nothing makes sense. And I was left with more questions than answers, and I feel like those questions could have been answered very easily. I feel like this is very lazy writing, like, oh no, this is just a world that's been established previously, and we don't need to get into the details of what happened, just, this is the world that they're in. And it's like, yeah, I get that, but what happened? I actually want to know, because that story seems more interesting than the one we're watching now, because nothing happens in this movie, and what the little that does happen makes absolutely no sense. Like, just leave. Just fucking leave. The bank gives them 3 months to pay the house that they're in. It's like, the house isn't paid, okay. They have 3 months to pay it, and they can keep the house, or they can just fucking leave. And the mom is like, no, we'll stay. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Your son is fixing up his car so you guys can leave, and you decide not to. And the little boy there's no one around, right? Everybody fucking left. While the mom's at work and the older brother is running around everywhere, being a fucking kid. Who the hell takes care of the little one? Like, it's never established. But then one night when he wants to go out, the mom says, no, I have to work, you need to watch him. Like, he wasn't watching before. Like, what the fuck? This movie made no sense. I was done with Matt Smith. The ending was just ridiculous. Like, nothing was established, nothing made sense, and nothing was resolved. I was not left satisfied with the conclusion. There was no conclusion, basically. Random songs in the middle of it. Feel like a music video. There was one shot I really liked, which was a house that was burning. That was pretty. That's it. And I was actually a lot more interested in the mom's story. She started working at this place where the audience enjoys seeing violence. It's not, I thought it was going to be like a strip club type of thing or like a prostitution type of thing, but it's actually an act where the actors get murdered on stage and people fucking love it, and people start like bathing in fake blood. And she starts working in the shelves, which is basically they put you inside of like a glass case that's locked and it's safe, and so the clients can come in and like yell at you and beat at the glass and whatever, or do sexual things, but you're actually safe. And I wanted to see that. Like, that was more interested in the other story. I did not give a fuck about the kid and his neighbor, like the girl, I always forget her name. Like, I have no idea how to pronounce her name. Saoirse Ronan. I say Cersei, like in Game of Thrones, because that sounds better. I have no idea what her name is. She was completely irrelevant. She was there. Why did she stay in the town? Because of her grandma? Like, what the fuck? And then they find the lost city or whatever. Like, the town flooded a bunch of cities and to create like a man-made lake or whatever. First of all, who the fuck gave them permission to do that? Like, the government? Like, what type of world are they living in? Is this the future? Is this like some weird type of post-apocalyptic future? Like, what the fuck just happened? And she says that they're under a curse, and the only way to break the curse is to take something from that city and bring it to the surface. And I was just done by that point. I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking serious? This movie was just... I read a bunch of reviews afterwards, saying that it's way overhyped and it's way... Well, not overhyped, but like way overrated, and he tries so hard, and it's like a mix between a bunch of things, and he wanted to be artsy and he wanted to be deep, and I completely agree. It was completely bullshit. I wasn't falling asleep during it, which is the only positive thing that I can say. But other than that, it was completely meaningless and it didn't make sense, and I was more interested in what wasn't said. I was more interested in everything that wasn't being shown. I mean, the characters were just so over the top. Like, the mom's boss, he was just so obnoxious and just crazy for no goddamn reason. Like, he didn't need to be like this, but for the purpose of the movie, his craziness escalated with each scene, and it's like, it didn't feel like a natural progression. It felt like, oh no, we're just gonna fucking make him crazy each time. Lost River. I wish this movie get lost. Yeah, Ryan Gosling. I'm so done with him. I'm just done. Like, seriously, only God Forgives was strike one. This is strike two. Drive was good, and that's about it. And I mean, The Place Beyond the Pines, I think that was strike one, let's be real. So this is strike three now. Yeah.
Looks like we're the only ones left.
There's still people here.
I'd like to stay in the house.
Do you mind if I ask why?
Because I have 2 boys, and that is our home.
I found a road that goes underwater.
Must go down to that town.
What town?
They flooded a bunch of towns when they dammed the river. That's why they call this Lost River. As soon as the last town was drowned, a spell was cast. Everything that's going on around here, it's gotta be for some reason.
This is my country! This is my city! Don't let me see your face again!
Bully running everything now. Head south, man.
What's this?
It's a job.
Where is that?
Somewhere over the rainbow, let's put it that way.
Why would you steal from Bully? He'll hurt you.
Hey! You better run your ass!
Everybody's looking for a better life somewhere.
Hey, want to ride home?
What if something happened? We get to leave tomorrow. Would you come?